Hostel Review. Exclusive Dependence, Palermo. I book all of my hostel accommodations through the Hostel World app. As you can see, here is a list of the hostels that I've stayed in as well as the dates that I stayed there. So my reviews are honest and real. Today I'll be reviewing Exclusive Dependence in Palermo, Sicily. I stayed there from May 9th to May 16th. This was my first ever stay at a hostel. I'll be posting a video in the near future regarding Airbnbs versus hostels versus hotels. Looking back, this was the worst hostel I had ever stayed in. I'll go down to categories with Hostel World allowing me to rate each category out of 5 stars. The first category is security. The entrance to Exclusive Dependence is a massive steel door that took a specific key to enter. And the lock itself was finicky, so it wouldn't have been easy to break in. Also, there were a number of security cameras throughout the main areas. The owner, Yuri, provides an additional key for a homemade locker, which is located underneath the bunk bed to safely store personal belongings. Locking up larger items such as backpacks or luggage can be done with an additional lock or an additional cost, although Yuri just locks these up to a handrail by the main entrance, which is accessible by everyone in the hostel. Overall, a 4 out of 5. The second category is location. I purposely chose Exclusive Dependence as I prefer to stay in historic areas such as old quarters. The hostel is located in the Centro Storico di Palermo area. It was a few minutes walk to Quattro Canti, Palermo Centrale bus station, Cattedrale de Palermo, and many other sites around Palermo. The two major streets close by are Via Roma and Via Vittorio Emanuele. There were restaurants just outside the door that were open late, and the vibe in the evening was filled with activity. Overall, a 5 out of 5. The third category is staff. The owner, Yuri, he is quite a character. By Canadian standards, he is rude. By German standards, he is emotional. By Italian standards, he is Sicilian. And anyone without any standards at all would call him an asshole. I've witnessed him get irate and upset with guests in a way that I would personally never accept. Sometimes Yuri's mother is the one who greets the guests, and she too can be quite rude like her son. While my rating on Hostel World was a 3 out of 5, overall, if I could change this, I would give it a 1 out of 5. The fourth category is atmosphere. The common areas at Exclusive Dependence don't necessarily invite guests to mingle with each other, and the hostel does not promote group activities or events for the guests to be involved in. While Yuri is knowledgeable on various sites around Palermo and is Palermo born and raised, he always seems too busy to care about the guest experience, not only in his hostel but in his hometown as well. Also, it was normal for Yuri and his mom to have heated arguments throughout the day, and young children to be running around in both the common areas and the sleeping areas as well. While my rating on Hostel World was 3 out of 5, if I could change this, I would give this a 2 out of 5. The fifth category is cleanliness. The sleeping areas are cleaned daily by the women in Yuri's family as well as the common areas. I did not spend any time in the kitchen, so I cannot comment on the kitchen area, which was restricted for most use anyways. The bathroom, however, was absolutely disgusting. I felt so filthy even after showering to just have stepped into that grimy bathtub. The bathtub looked like it needed to be cleaned with an industrial degreasing agent and a pressure washer. Or better yet, just bin it and build a proper bathroom facility. Cleanliness was not something that existed in Exclusive Dependence. Overall, a 1 out of 5. The sixth category is value for money. I paid 27 euros a night to stay at Exclusive Dependence. That was including taxes and Hostel World fees. Looking back at how negative my experience was staying here, I would not have stayed at all. I have stayed in some low class accommodations over the years of traveling, but this was really ghetto. I was surprised that there were no cobwebs or bed lice here. Or maybe there were. Overall, a 2 out of 5. The final category is facilities. The entrance is secure, as mentioned previously, but there is a rather set of precarious steps to get to the main lobby, as the hostel is located on the second floor. The steps are extremely steep, especially given that this is an older building, but those with mobility issues are going to have difficulty. Also, there's a serious hazard when leaving and entering the hostel, as there's a bulkhead in the stairwell that someone could easily hit their head on when leaving or entering. Anyone taller than 170 centimeters would have to duck just to get in and out of the hostel. The Wi-Fi works well in all areas of the hostel. The beds are small, and anyone taller than 180 centimeters may have to sleep diagonally like I did. However, the beds are comfortable, and there was a privacy curtain for all the lower beds. There's only one bathroom for 8 guests, which is grossly inadequate for a hostel. There's no laundry service. The use of the kitchen was limited. The fixtures, such as doorknobs and coat hooks, were falling apart, and almost everything was in poor condition. Basically, this was a family home that was turned into a hostel without proper procedures or even legal consultation. In Canada, we would call this an illegal rental property. While this may be acceptable or even the norm in Sicily, it would never be allowed in North America. Overall, a 1 out of 5. My overall review on Hostel World is a 5.4 out of 10, but if I could change it, it would be far lower. My review is as stated on Hostel World. The owner, Yuri, can be outright rude at times. While he has never disrespected me, I have witnessed him treat other guests poorly. The hostel is a family residence, so during the daytime there are children about, and it is normal for Yuri and his mother to get into heated arguments. The Wi-Fi works great, the bed is small but comfortable, and the lockers are secure. But there's only one washroom for 8 beds, and it is filthy. Hot water is inconsistent and ventilation is poor. Overall, I do not recommend. Like all of my reviews, I either recommend something or I don't. Regarding Exclusive Dependence, I do not recommend staying here.